Hey everybody, here we are with another match on 9.6 test, once again in the AMX Chasseur de Chars. This time we've ended up on Fiery Salient. And what's that sound I hear? Wargaming have added a pre-match artillery strike to this map, just to make it seem a little more like an active battle, I guess. So we're in a tier 9 match. Pretty open map. It might sound like it's going to be a problem for a tank with really no effective ability. But with our mobility on our side, we also have a very good view range. We'll make a run from our usual spot, of course, in the middle. Hoping to get quick spots into the tanks, and we'll be a couple of decent shots off. This thing has really good gun depression. Somebody else gets eyes up first. Go for a quick shot on the T-54.
Ils sont seulement touchés.
Before pulling back, I don't sit on that ridge any longer than I have to. Remember, the tank just can't take hits. They don't seem to be too interested in me, so I start looking for something else I can hit. Maybe the T-54 again if possible. Take a shot at the T-49 there, but I just have ping issues, as you can no doubt tell. Comes with the territory when you play on the test server, but, well, from this far away from it anyway. The RU next to me is getting dunked on. In fact, he gets finished on my T-49. T-49 so I don't want to be anywhere near him if I can help it. There's also a T-30 coming, and there's a 53, 55 in the end of him, so I'd really rather not play games with them. For that reason, I decide to abandon this position and just let our T-54 and T-49 do all the spotting up there. And I head instead towards the east side of the map, looking to make the support guys on the hill. From a position where I can be as easily hit from center. 4502 is battleshipping on Hurricane Champ. Obviously he's very excited. Waiting for world warships to come out. 432 gets a quick shot into me. I was actually pretty lucky that hit. I'm not sure if the new shots have been implemented on test yet. But if they have, then they really aren't too bad, because I haven't had too many problems hitting shots even in. I get a shot into the side with 54. The 432 is burning. And he's also tracked. And now he's dead. Some wonderfully fast reaction time from me there. 54 is my next target. That one does actually go wide. It looks like it hit the dirt right in front of his face. This gun isn't British or German tier accuracy, but it's pretty good. I can't remember offhand what the accuracy figure is, but I think it's like 0.3, 0.32 maybe. It feels like it's about 0.3. 54 makes a suicidal charge down into our FCM. The FCM actually backstops him, checks into the side of his tank. There's a T-54 here in the village. Get shot into the side of his turret there, but unfortunately I just didn't aim the shot well enough. 54 gets heat round. The ammo rack on the Chasseur de Chars is somewhat of a problem. You will get racked a lot if you get hit through the front. Simple reason it doesn't have any armor at all, and I'm pretty sure the ammo rack is in or near the front of the tank. Same reason the weapon gets racked all the time. But the simple solution is don't get hit. You shouldn't be getting hit anyway in this tank. It's not built to take the hits. And of course, safe stowage is going to be a required skill.
Cible verrouillée.
It more or less is on most tanks these days, so it should probably be your third loader skill, or second loader skill, correction. I typically go repair first, safe stowage second, and then third would be based on the loader is also the radio man, like he is in the British it's just take a couple shots at that tiff to feel lightweight, unfortunately.
On a perdu la cible.
See the IS-6 here. I was hoping to put some paint on him from the side. It looked like he was actually going to face well by timing too. But, in fact, that shot wasn't even really aimed in at all, so I was surprised to miss. The 53-55 gets the finish on him, and here I very badly overestimate the chassis shells. Terrain climbing ability. It might have a very high power to weight ratio, but it's not going to climb that. I don't think I'm going to get to be able to climb that slow. And before I can get to the Conway's position and finish him off, the match is over. Pretty smooth match, nice and easy to play. Didn't really run into too many problems. I thought I was going to get dunked on by the RDY still in the middle. I was seriously expecting a 53-55 shell, but it never arrived, which makes me a very, very happy camper. Good showcase of the tank's abilities, I think. Again, that combination of view range, mobility, and a good gun are going to make this thing absolutely phenomenal. I still honestly believe it's going to see a nerf at some point, or it's going to see removal from the store. Not immediately, obviously, Wargaming wouldn't do that, probably. But at some point it's going to need something done about it, because in its current state, I know it's test, and test doesn't really represent how things play on the live server, and some tanks that appear overpowered in test might not actually be that overpowered on the live server, but this thing legitimately... words. This thing legitimately feels to me like it needs looking at. It's just too good at what it does, which is shifting around the map, putting fire on flanks. It's just way too good at it. But we'll see what Wargaming does with it. I'm going to buy one anyway as soon as possible because I really, really want one, and I want to make sure I get in before they do anything to it. Definitely a tank I could recommend for the players who are not so concerned about armor. You know, once you get to a certain point, you start seeing armor as a crutch, really, unless you're in a heavy tank, in which case it actually has a purpose. But in a medium or a light tank, you shouldn't need armor. There's no reason for it. And this is a good demonstration of that logic. You know, armor's nice, it can help you carry sometimes, but I would take mobility and camo and view range every single time. Which brings me to my next point. The AMX-30 is coming soon, and oh boy, does that look like it's going to be interesting. It looks like it's going to be another Leopard, but a bit better. I can't remember exactly what dimensions the AMX-30 has, but I think it's actually slightly smaller than the Leopard. From what I recall, it's quite a tiny tank. Obviously a very light tank, only about 30 tons, and it has one of the typical high-tier 105mm murder cannons with very, very, very good stats, like an aim time of 2 seconds and accuracy of 0.28 or something. It's incredibly good. But we'll have to see how it turns out on the server. You know, it might actually flop. It might become a case like the Leopard where it is an excellent tank, but it just doesn't carry very well. You know, the STB is kind of taken the Leopard's place in pub matches because the STB will occasionally bounce things even if it doesn't have the Leopard's accuracy. But I'm off on a tangent here. I'm interested to see how the AMX-30 turns out. I'm very excited to see the AMX Chasseur de Char finally in the game, and I'm very much anticipating getting my hands on one actually in the live server. I'm going to end this one here. I'm pretty sure I got Postgames for this one, so you'll be able to see exactly what I was doing this match. Because I don't have mods on test, it's kind of difficult to tell what's going on. There's not really any way to tally damage as I'm going, unless I, you know, sit there with a calculator adding it up after every hit, which I'm not going to do. And you can't actually see the view range circles and stuff on the XVM map marker, which would really put into perspective how good this thing is. But once it hits the live server, you will definitely see that. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Wish you the best of luck in the field, and I'll see you on the next one.